Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to Rebecca's Gift Box. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are on this planet. So, today is Friday, and it is hashtag Flea Market Journal Challenge Day. This challenge is co-hosted by Marie's Miscellany, Sherry from Turco's Dreaming, and Susan from Susan House Art. And for today's day, June 17th, what we're supposed to be doing for this challenge is create pages with pockets and tuck spots. Because last Friday, we created the cover. So here is my cover that I did last week. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put it in the description box below for you so you can check that video out. And here is the inside of it, and there is the back. I wanted to keep it simple. I didn't want to go too extreme because I figured out that I'm going to use this this journal to document and post my pictures of my family reunion, which is going to be next month in July. So I have something to put my pictures on and to document our days that we have together with my family. So we are to create pages with pockets and tucks. So I took out some envelopes because I was going to make some pages with the envelopes, and I wanted them to be different sizes. As you can see, I have a small one, then the next size up, then the next size up, then the next size up, and then the next size up. So we have a range of let me zoom out a little bit because seems like I'm not getting everything. There we go. Just have a range of sizes here. So I want it to be different sizes of envelopes to go inside my folder, my journal. I might have to cut the tall one down a little bit because it might be a little bit too tall. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but it's all right. Or maybe I can just fold it over. I can just do that. I can fold it down. I think I will. Okay, so that's what I have so far. And then I have some music paper I want to make a page out of. I have some different colors of papers here that came in my box that I told you that I got last week, that I told you about last week, of my big box of papers and stuff that was in there that I got from a coworker that I used to work with, that she just didn't do no more scrapbooking or anything, and she gave it away. And all this paper right here came from out of that box. I just chose some colors that I think will look good to go in there. So that's what we're going with here. Okay. It was a book of music papers I got out of an estate sale. So that's where that comes from. And then, of course, these envelopes, you know where they came from. You know, when you get a bill and they give you an envelope. That's where they came from. Except for this one here. I think my mother got this from, I don't know, they sent her something. Some address labels, you know. They want a donation. That's what that came from. So I saved that one because I like those flowers down at the bottom and the paper itself. So that's where that came from, and then this comes from out of that box. So those were the papers I would be using. And then I wanted a bag, and I knew I wanted a Dunkin' Donut bag because I knew the colors would definitely go with this. This is orange and pink and a little blue. And perfect. I wanted this bag, and I found it. And this is what's going to go in here. So I think I'm going to go just like that. Or I can fold it in half. That's what I'm probably going to do, is fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half like so. And there we go. I just need to fix this here. So it won't be so wrinkled. when I get where they cover it. Okay, just don't want to cooperate. Okay. Anyway, it's going to be covered. So I deal with this bin. Oh, no wonder it's not on the folds. So if I put it on the folds, it should do better. Let's see, does it fit? It hangs out just a little bit, but it'll work. I can just cut it down a little bit. So, I want it to go this way, because I want this pocket. Wow. Whoever made this bag didn't make it even. Alright, I'll deal with that last. I'm taking too much time on this bag. Alright, so let's go ahead and fold the papers up, cut them to size so we can get them in the journal. I am not going to bind the pages in the journal yet, because I like to decorate my pages first before I put them in the book. So let's go ahead and fold the pages. am back. Alrighty, so I have everything cut down, and this is what it looks like so far. So we have all the pages in here that we're going to use. So let's go ahead and start putting some pockets in here. These little things right here, I'm gonna use like for add-ons and stuff that I want to put on here. Okay, so that's what these edges are for. So now these are the scraps that are left from the cuttings that I did to make the pages, and this is what I'm going to be using to make the pockets. So on this first page, well, inside the cover, I want to make a pocket. Not sure what I want to use. That's a little bit too much. I could use this pink. I'm thinking about using that pink. Or I could use this orange that I didn't use. But that shows that's a little bit too much there. I'm going to go with this pink. This pink goes really good with that. So we're going to cut that. And we're going to go right there like that. We're going to cut it there. And cut it as straight as I can get it. And it's going to go there. So what I am going to do though, I'm going to fold some of this here. So it'll have some, so it won't be so flimsy. And the top, it won't rip so easily. Okay? And we're just going to glue that down. I have to remind myself to get some more glue because this is at its end. This glue stick here. So it'll be nice and strong now, so it won't be so easy to rip. We're going to ink the edges real quick. And we'll have our first pocket right there. So let's get the glitter glue. We're going to glue it on 3 sides. And let's get her down. We have our first pocket. Thinking about putting this down right here. No, I don't need that. Oh, I found another Dunkin' Donut bag. I might use that instead. I wanted to put some kind of fabric behind it. Like that. And that's what I think I'll do. I'm just going to use the glitter glue because I just want it on the edges here, because I still want to use it like a little tuck, you know. Like that. And we have a pocket with a little tuck. Okay, so let's do something in the back. For the back, I'm going to use the same color. And I'm thinking about doing it that way, so it has some kind of, it'll be different from the front. Alright, so that's the front, and there's the back. So we're going to do it like that, but I'm going to have to make it a little smaller as well. But I also want it to be a little fancy too. So let's go ahead . I need to cut that a little straighter. Let's cut some of this off. Okay. I usually save those, but not this time. Okay, so it'll be like that. But I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to have to cut some off. Let's see. Will that be enough? Like so. Like that. I think that's enough. We're going to ink these edges so they won't look so brown. I know I should cut it off, but I think I'm just going to glue it down really good. Okay. Glue it down really good. I wonder if that piece of lace would look good underneath it. Well, just at the end there. Like that. I'm just going to glue it down. Thinking too much on it. And how do I want to do it? Okay. I'm just going to glue it from this part here down. Okay. Alright, so those are my pockets right there on that. So to do on this first page here, we have this little piece right here. I still can use it. I still can use it, people. And we're going to tuck that maybe a little tuck spot right there. Okay. I'm just doing it as I go. Doing it as I go. You know? That's all I can do. Sorry for the noise outside. I live next to some youngsters who like to street race. And I guess he's getting ready to do some, either get ready to go to work or something to that effect there. I'm just digging out of my scraps over here. Oh my gosh. Seems like I'm making it harder than what it really is. I'm covering up my flour, and I don't want to do that. I'm liking that. I'm really covering up my flour. I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and just do it, because if I fuss over it anymore, this video is never going to get done. That's all I see. That's all I'm going to say. If I fuss over it anymore, this video is not going to get done. So I'm just going to go ahead and just lay this down. this on 3 sides. And we have a little tuck spot right there. Okay. We got two pockets done. We got a tuck spot right there. We have a tuck spot right here. So we're getting along there. We're going along. Now, let's go ahead and do something. I don't know, maybe we can, I'm going to try not to use this one. And I think I'm going to use this one instead. I'm thinking that this one will be better. Yes, let's go with that. We are going to do this page. So, what is on the other side here? That. We can do something plain on that side. We can do a belly band. We can do 2 belly bands. I have 2 here. We can make some suspenders. What about that? I think that's cool. Sounds like a plan. Okay. So we have this one here and this one here. And we're going to go just like that. Better yet, if I fold it in half, that gives it some support. They won't be so flimsy. I can put one down here, fold it in half, and put one up here. I have 2 pockets. That sounds like a plan. Let's go for it. So I'm just going to glue this up. Do the other one. Okay. Let's ink the edges. Okay. We could cover the page. We'll cover it up with a napkin. No, this was also a freebie. I got this from out of the box there. So it was just sitting in my reserve box when I put my scraps in, because I had used it for a project. And I saved this because I can use this to make like water, this tissue paper. It makes wonderful water when you're doing a project. And this fits perfectly on here. So we're going to cut this off, other portion off, use it on something else or on another page in this book. And we're going to just glue this whole thing down. I'm going to cut it in the middle, because the middle, I can overlap that. Okay, glue stick. Yep, I'm using my glue stick to do this. I think I'm going to need another glue stick, because this is at its end. I want to get this as over as possible on this edge. And I want it to be wrinkled. I don't want it to be perfect. So, well, in some way I do. Okay. Okay. Glue that down. Get that down a little bit. Okay. Got that down. Let's go ahead and get these edges here. I know they're not going to stick down all the way. Okay. Alrighty, so that's my backdrop for my suspenders. So we're going to put one up here. We're going to put one down at the bottom here. I'm thinking that looks really good. So let's go ahead and put the glue on here, like so. We're going to put one here. Like that. And we're going to put the other one at the other end. Alright, so there's our other pockets. Alright, so it's going to work like this, if I did it right. So we have a pocket here. Oh yeah, and we have a pocket there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's good just to go with it, you know. Don't plan nothing, just go with the flow, baby. Just go with the flow. Alright, so that's another pocket. Okay, what else can we do? So that was towards the back. Let's do another one towards the front. You want to do something on this music page? I will be right back. Okay. Okay, thank you for waiting. I'm back. I went ahead and cut out two other pockets that I want to use. They are going to offset each other like this, and it's going to go on this music page right here like that. So that's what I'm planning on doing with that. So let's go ahead and just ink them up on the edges, top edges here. I did double them up, the paper, so they won't be so flimsy. And we're going to just glue them down on this music page here. I'm going to do it on 3 sides. The glue, put the glue on 3 sides. I want to make sure I'm putting this in the right spot. Because I don't want to put it too close to the fold line. Okay? Let's do the same thing here. Glue on 3 sides. Let's put her down. This one here I did not cut at the same size. I want them to be different sizes, so. And there's my pocket for that. Okay, moving right along here. We're going to do one more, and we're going to do towards the back. Let's see here. How about on this page? We can do something on here, right? Let's think. What can we do? We can use the other half of this. We can use the other half of this. Nah, not on here. Wait a minute. I have this tissue. No, need best to go on some white paper. I could use this lace on here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some of this. How does that look? Does it look alright? Does that really look alright? Let's see. Let's do a close-up. I don't think I want to use the tissue paper though. I think I just want to do that. Don't think too hard on it now, Rebecca. You're thinking too hard. Let's see what we have here. I used that. This is going in like this, right? What I could do is that this would be a flap over here, like so. That'll be there like that. This can go here like that. It'll be like that. Well, it could be. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to put, I wonder what this purple will look like there. Make a little tuck spot right here. How's that? No? I don't think so neither. I don't think so neither. But you know what? I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut it down and make it into look like a little tuck spot here. But again, I don't need this. I can use this. I can use this. This could be the tuck spot. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this in half. We're going to put it right here. That's what we're going to do. Because I really want to use that lace there. Like a little hide and seek, you know, like, you know, put a letter there. Okay. We're going to ink the edges real quick. I have to do this off screen because when it sheds and I don't want to be cleaning all over the place. Alright, so we're going to glue this here. I have to put this down more. It's like so flimsy. Yeah, that feels better. We're going to put it right here, but I'm going to glue it on 3 sides. So it'll be a tuck spot for my secret letter or some secret, you know. That's what that's going to be. Little hideaway tuck spot. And my little piece of lace is going to go right here. So we're going to put this at the top here. You only need a little bit. We're going to get this right here. I'm going to have it falling over a little bit, over just a little bit under, like so. Okay. Put my hand here because I don't want it to move. Okay, turn it over. And we can glue these sides down. Put a little bit here at the top. And we have another top spot. Not going to stay down. Let's try it again. There we go. Alrighty. I think we're set. We did some tuck spots, we did some pockets, we did a hideaway. Alright, let's put it in the book here. Alright, I think we're all set. Let's take a little quick look here what we did. Alrighty, so we have a pocket, a tuck spot. Let me get a piece of paper here. We have a pocket here. We have a tuck spot right here. Okay. Next page over, we have a little tuck spot right here. Okay. And let's see here. We have, I thought we had something on this side. I think they're all in the back. I'm gonna have to fix that, don't we? We have a pocket here. Wrong way. We have a pocket here, and we have a pocket here. I might just put another pocket right there, so we have 3. Alright, so we have tuck here, a little pocket here. I call them suspenders. Alrighty, we have a little hideaway here. And we have a tuck spot here. Come on, tuck spot there. Put a little letter there, like so. We have on the other side a little tuck spot as well. I'm gonna have to fix that up though. And then we have a pocket here, like so. And there we go. I believe that is going to be enough for now. With this long envelope that I have right here, I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to glue this down, all right? Then fold this over to make it this a tuck spot, and then cut this open at the bottom where it'll be a pocket. So that's what I'm going, that's my plans for that. Okay? Alrighty. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had fun watching me do this journey of this challenge, which is the hashtag flea market journal. I'm sorry, flea market journal challenge. I'll get it right. I'll get it right. I'm just so when I start doing these journals, I get so involved in doing them. I just, the name of these challenges just goes through me, and I'm just, because I'm doing so many of them, but I'm having fun. So next week, which is the 7th, which is the last one, June 24th, we are to embellish and add ephemera to the pages. Now, when I come back next week to do those embellishments and ephemera, I will have the other pages done, like the envelopes and stuff done. So you'll see what basically what I have done to those pages. I'm just going to cover them up some way, and especially the envelopes, I'm going to go ahead and do those. This right here, I think I'm going to leave it just as it is because I love that. I'm just going to cut the other end of it, if I can find it. I'm just going to open up this other end, and it'll be a pocket. Actually, I can go ahead and do that right now. It'll be something that's this quick that I can do. So we're going to go ahead and just cut this open like this. If I can get it open. It's going to be uneven. Okay. Alright, so we have an opening here. Is that food? Alright, so we have an opening here. I think I'm going to have to glue these other sections here down. Maybe not. And then we have an opening here. Okay? So that's what we have there. That's my Dunkin' Donut bag. And on this other one, that other envelope I was telling you about, let's see, this one right here, I'm not going to worry about that one. This one right here, we'll do that one together next week. Okay? Alright, that's going to be it for this video for today. I hope you had fun as much as I had fun doing it. And as always, thank you for joining me, and have a blessed day. Goodbye.